And we all have the ability to tap into our deepest dreams. You can learn and grow at your speed and build a business based on your own needs. Well, I bet you didn't know you could make money from your home and take control of your security. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that you could make it on your own and take good care of your family. Why do we wait until tomorrow when we could do it today? Step out of your comfort zone and take a leap of faith. You can learn and grow at your own speed and build a business based on your own needs. Well, I bet you didn't know you could make money from your home and take control of your security. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that you could make it on your own and take good care of your family. Bedrock bookkeepers rocket from their home. Bedrock bookkeepers make it on their own. Bedrock bookkeepers living in the zone. Well, I bet you didn't know you could make money from your home and take control of your security. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that you could make it on your own and take good care of your family. Well, I bet you didn't know you could make money from your home and take control of your security. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that you could make it on your own and take good care of your family. Well, I bet you didn't know you could make money from your home and take control of your security. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that you could make it on your own and take good care of your family.
Magandang araw po sa lahat. Ako si Malana, and I working as an online accountant and bookkeeper for almost 2 years. I was part of this batch 2 of the 13-week course for accountants and tax preparers. So that was around August last year. And then I have this client which I got from Upwork. The client has a huge problem on her books. So I think of Bedrock. I think of Joe because I know very well that Joe is really genuine and sincere in helping small business owners in the US. So what I did is I told my client to book a call with Joe so that she can directly communicate with Joe and mention about her business, not only cleaning up her books, but Joe can also help her in organizing her financials. For me, Bedrock Partnership Program, in one word, it's more on learning. Since I am part of the partnership program, so I learn a lot from Joe directly because we are working on the same client. So working with Joe means lots of learnings about US accounting, about US taxation. So it's learning. from August up to now, I continue to learn so many things from Joe because we are working on the same books. So that means that I learn so many practical things from him. So that's actually one of the precious and most valuable thing that I benefit from Bedrock. I can't believe actually that Joe is mentioning to me that, okay, Malona, let us have a call. So I told myself, what? A free call with him around 30 minutes, 1 hour, or more than 1 hour. So imagine, saan ka makakita ng US accountant na magbibigay sa'yo ng ganun kahabang oras, tapos ganun ka-valuable yung pinagkukwentuhan nyo, ganun ka-valuable yung tinuturo niya sa'yo. That is the most precious and valuable thing that I learned from Joe. Humility, and at the same time, the learnings that no one can ever get that from me. You have to get this chance to be partner of Bedrock because not only the monetary amount that we receive from fees, but also the learnings that we can get being a Bedrock partner. So that is my message to all the online accountants and bookkeepers or students of Bedrock. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, especially Joe, for an incredible US payroll masterclass. What stood out to me wasn't just a technical know how, but Joe's real life insights and advice. It's been both motivating and inspiring, truly a game changer for me. His experiences actually brought the lessons to life, making the complex seem simple. So, cheers to what we've learned and to where we're headed, armed with knowledge and inspiration. Thank you.
I'm so happy. I'm grateful to be part of this masterclass. I'm grateful for the Bedrock team and especially to Joe for supporting us Filipinos to undergo this kind of training and giving us this opportunity. This is a this is a big deal for me because I'm already I'm employed for how many years already, and I want to pursue what my passion is. And doing this, I try to make this payroll as a great niche for me, and to discover this great opportunity, also explore. Thank you so much, Bedrock, and I know this is a lifetime support from you. Thank you so much, Joe.
I've enrolled in tax preparation before, so I was there at the second jump start, and I think Joe and the Bedrock team, I have learned a lot, and I was recently hired as an email assistant in an accounting firm. So I was the assistant of the owner of the accounting team, and I encountered payroll questions, and here in the payroll course, the information provided was incredibly helpful. I learned a lot, and I thank everyone for that.
First of all, I am so pleasure to be part of Bedrock. I didn't expect that I would be able to finish it because of the time. That is the most that's the most thing that hinder me to finish everything. But thank you very much for Miss Eileen for helping me to pursue it. And I do believe in Bedrock, I learn more and upscale my knowledge. Although I've been doing accounting since I graduated here in the Philippines, I believe that having learning a new knowledge, especially from other countries, is a big opportunity for me. So I'm doing this not because I would like to earn more. presently I am comfortable already, and but I know, I know that if I learn something, I will gain more.
I'm undergraduate college student, and my course is accountancy. I have frustration because here in the Philippines, when you are not graduate, you don't have chance to work in an accounting firm. So my frustration, when I watch the video about the tax agent, when I join in a accounting people's group, I said uh I said to myself that I can do it even though I'm not graduate in accounting. I can improve myself po kahit even though po na hindi ako graduate ng accounting here in the Philippines. And I said to myself po na kaya ko to kahit na international yung accounting na pag-aaralan ko. Then when I was in college, kasi I know nung time na yun na hindi ako makaka-graduate because of financial. Then tumatak sa isip ko na okay, meron pang pag-asa, not here in the Philippines. But kahit nandito ako sa Philippines, I can work in US, I said to myself. Then, on, I always checking my online job. Nag-rate ako online job way back 2014 na sa platform na yun. But hindi ako nag-apply kasi I know na I'm not yet skilled. And then, nung sabi ko, I always praying na, Lord, kapag nagka-family ako, okay lang po ba na I can work from home kasi I don't want to raise my child na malayo sa kanya. And then, after ko manganak, I got job na tumulong sa akin yung best friend ko nung college na naipasok niya ako sa international accounting din siya, but through her po, tinanggap ako kahit hindi ako graduate. And then, sabi ko, ito na yung start na pwede ko na i-upskill yung sarili ko. And then, I tried din po na mag-apply online job na kasi meron na ako konting confidence na mag-bookkeeping. And then, nagulat ako kasi ang mga nakikita kong testimony sa Facebook na more months or years sila bago sila nakakuha ng client. Then nagulat po ako, nakuha ko months pa lang. And nung time na yun, struggling din po ako pero nakuha ko yung client na yun. Then sobrang thankful ko habang sobrang tinreasure ko yung client na yun kahit low rate lang siya kasi gusto ko talaga magkaroon ng experience. Then sabi ko, meron na akong budget to enroll. Akala ko hindi ko siya makakompleto kasi dumating yung year end doon kung saan ako work. Sobrang tight ng schedule. Sobrang hindi ko alam kung yung pagod ko kasi syempre puyatan sa work tapos meron pa tayong training. Yun nga, nana ko pa rin na makahabol ako sa mga assignments kahit na late na yung mga iba kong submit. Then yun, thankful ako nung last na video call with Miss I, sinabi niya sa akin po na pwede pang makahabol nga yung kay Miss Juliet. Hindi ako nawalan ng pag-asa nung sabi ko makagraduate din ako dito. Then ayun nga, na nakasama ako sa graduation. Thank you. Thanks Joe for your courses. Sobrang helpful po talaga para sa amin na gusto mag-upskills and sa mga beginners po na katulad po. Thank you very much, Joe. And for the team po.
Hi, I joined the Bedrock because of the opportunity and because I'm a nurse and a pharmacist. I really don't have an accounting background. I just took bookkeeping. And then when I saw that Bedrock is offering to become a tax preparer, I've been searching on another platform where others took their certificate from Bedrock. So I googled it, and then 2 days before the start of the class, I joined immediately without thinking because I want to earn and I want to learn more. And this is an opportunity for me, and I am actually looking forward to learn more from Bedrock. So I will be enrolling into other courses because I also want to be a part of Bedrock.
I just want to express my deepest gratitude to Bedrock team for the knowledge, for the guidance and support you have provided us throughout the payroll course. As someone who has no background in accounting, I really had a hard time, but the way you made the topics accessible and engaging, and you always ensure that we understood the material thoroughly. The knowledge that I've gained from this course is not only theoretical but also practical. I am especially thankful for your patience and encouragement, Joe, which have motivated me to strive for excellence.
This course is not a walk in the park. It needs true dedication and the resolve to, to finish it and see it through. So I had to muster all courage. And it is a milestone, and I am very proud of what we have accomplished. It's not really easy, but you can see that before I thought that I will not be able to do this. I thought this is a very hard work. I thank Joe for opening this opportunity to us Filipinos. All of us will become successful, of course, with God's help, and I congratulate you all also.
I just want to thank you, Joe, and everyone. So thank you so much for the opportunity, the hustle while doing it, the searching, the headache while we plot the Excel file, the Google sheet. It was all worth it, knowing that I got the certification and I also graduated in this batch. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the tax course, the upcoming tax course. Yeah, more headaches and students to come. Thank you so much, guys.
One of the things I've learned is to be resourceful and be confident, even if you don't know, research and ask questions. Thank you for Joe and the Bedrock team for really opening this course to us. It's a great opportunity for us to learn and get like a hands-on experience to do payroll tasks in a US setting.
Okay, wow. I guess that means we're ready to get started. God bless you all. We got such a big crowd. I guess there's some interest in becoming a US CPA. And let me start by, thanking God for putting me in this place, for opening all the doors and putting some really amazing people in my life. And obviously my team, because without my team, none of this happens. None of this. Believe it or not, I didn't make those videos. I don't make the slideshows. I don't do the website. It seems like I don't do much except talk and teach. And I just want to thank, my awesome team. A lot of them are here. Eileen, Luz, Ellen, Aaron, Janine. Thank you all. And thank all of you for attending. And I hope that I don't disappoint you tonight. I hope that you leave here excited and ready to take action. And I would like to put a new friend of mine on the spot because I know that she could handle it. And I was very, very happy when I saw you in the audience, Pastor Juvie. How are you? Can you unmute your mic?
Hi, Joe. Good evening and good evening, everyone.
Hello. Would you mind opening this webinar with a short prayer?
Sure. Okay, let's pray. Father, we thank you for this great opportunity and privilege that we can upgrade ourselves, and even Lord for giving us Joe to pave the way for us, Lord, to for this opportunity, oh God. We welcome your Holy Spirit. Bless Joe with all wisdom, and bless us also, Lord, the audience with understanding and also wisdom to understand everything. Father, thank you that your plans for us are good. So we bless you this evening, Lord. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. If anybody has questions during the slideshow, just put them in the chat and Eileen will interrupt me. She's not afraid to. I appreciate that. Where is the share? Okay, right here. And for any of you that might be thinking about doing a presentation, a webinar like this, or just going on a Zoom call. I know a lot of people are, it's difficult. It's hard. It's hard to come out of your comfort zone. It's hard to, it's public speaking. I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy. And I just want to share with you that it took me years to be able to do this, literally. I spent a lot of time embarrassing myself, making mistakes, and most of it, to be honest with you, uh, was self-induced. Most of it was in my head. You know, the embarrassment was on me. You know, when I did this, when I taught people, when I did webinars, when I did classes, uh, nobody made fun of me. Nobody said, "Oh, that was stupid." So it was all in my head. And even after years of doing this, you know, hundreds and hundreds of classes, webinars, you know, maybe over the years, probably thousands of hours of doing this. And I still make mistakes. I still make mistakes. I make mistakes using Zoom, uh, you know, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So if I make a mistake, it's normal. It's normal. And I say this so that maybe it'll uh, give you that little bit of uh, confidence that I got when I remember the moment. My friend Craig, who I'm actually going to see, I'm flying to Texas tomorrow. He's a college friend of mine. He's a professional speaker. He gets a lot of money to speak. That's where I met my coach, Larry Broughton. He gets a lot of money to speak. And one day I saw him on stage and he was just making mistake after mistake and making fun of himself. He was making fun of himself. And then I realized, I said, he's just being himself. He's just the same on stage as he is when we're having a conversation. So it wasn't really that complicated because at that moment I said, you know what? I can be myself. It's easy to be because all the other times I was trying to, you know, act. I was trying to remember a script. I was trying to be somebody that I'm not. Okay. So, and that's actually part of the lesson. That's part of what I teach. Uh, it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be shy, but it's not okay to not try. Okay. The definition of courage isn't about not being afraid. It's being afraid and still doing it. And that's one of the most important lessons that I've learned. And tonight, what we're going to cover is something that I consider one of, if not the biggest opportunities for a foreign accountant. I mean, there's tremendous opportunities already in the US market for accountants, bookkeepers, tax preparers. But tonight, what we're going to talk about is something that just became available, and that is to become a US certified public accountant. And we're going to go through the opportunity and what it means for you. And I'm really excited about this one. Marianne, are you there? Would you like to say hello?
Yes, I'm not here. No joke. I'm here. Good evening. Good evening.
Yes, because she's a big reason for everything that I do here. I consider her my partner in crime. We talk almost every day. We're messaging. And she sent me a message. What was it? Like 6 weeks ago? It wasn't that long
By
ago.
around mid of August, I saw also a post. Yeah, that shared
Uh,
this, and this is
What
the
did
most highest engagement that I got on LinkedIn. It's around 24 to 26,000
what did the
impressions.
post tell you?
That now they're open for offering you can be a USCPA in the Philippines.
In the Philippines? And what did you tell me? I think you asked me, do you want to teach this?
Yes, and then you said no.
I said, absolutely not. I'm not teaching how to pass the CPA exam. And that's not what I'm going to teach. I'm going to teach you how to become a CPA. If you want to study to become a CPA, that's a whole nother thing. And we're going to talk about that. We're actually, we have a course that we're going to offer to go into all the details about how you can pass the CPA exam, how you can register for it, how you can qualify for it. And one of the things is I put a message in the chat to say yes if you have an accounting degree. Because it wasn't too long ago, you needed an accounting degree from a US university. And that's not the truth anymore. You can have a degree from a Philippine university, an accounting degree, and qualify without having to take any more courses. And I'm not going to go through that tonight because it's a deep dive, and I don't want to go into all of the details about all the nuts and bolts because there is a lot to it. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not simple. I've been told it's harder than the bar exam. More, about half the people that take the test fail. And the way I look at it is half the people that take the test pass. But you have to take the test to become a CPA. Okay, so that's the opening. But this is a global opportunity. You know, when you get, and I know probably many of you, and if you're already a Philippine CPA, I'd like to put it in the chat because I just want to know out of all of you, how many already have a CPA license in the Philippines? Because that's in itself a big accomplishment. That's a big accomplishment. I didn't even know that you could become a CPA in the Philippines until I came here. So if you don't have that, and Marianne will tell you this, if you're a CPA and you don't have it on your LinkedIn profile, you need to put it on there, because that counts for a lot. That counts for a lot. So let's go through what I like to call the perfect storm of opportunity. It's something that's been developing over decades. Over decades. And I want to talk to you for a minute about when I went to school for accounting. And the reason why I went to school for accounting, it wasn't because I wanted to be a CPA. It was because my father was smart enough to see that I wasn't headed in the right direction. I wasn't surrounded by the right people. The friends I grew up with started getting in trouble. And we were at a family picnic one time. It was in July when I was 17, and he pointed to some guy and he said, "That guy is a CPA." And the way that he said it was like, with respect. And I was like, "What's a CPA?" And he said, "CPAs run businesses, and other business owners go to them for advice." And because he knew that I was an entrepreneur. Okay, sometimes you just know. And he knew that I loved business, I loved making money. And at that moment, I said, "I'm going to be a CPA." I didn't know that meant I was going to be doing bank recs and payroll and sales. I didn't know that. I just said, "I'm going to be a CPA," because the picture I had in my mind was I was sitting on piles of money. People were coming to me for advice. And I was like, I was going to be like, you know, Bill Gates. I was going to own all kinds of businesses, and that's why I became a CPA, because I saw the opportunity in it. And for a long time, I was actually mad at my father. It's like, "Why did you do this to me? Why did you trick me? I'm an accountant. I'm trapped." I felt like I had a ball and chain attached to me, until I realized what the opportunities were out there. When I became an accountant, everybody that wanted a business degree went for accounting. They went for accounting because if you had an accounting degree, you could get a job doing almost anything in business. You could go into banking, insurance, stocks, because it wasn't easy to get an accounting degree. Now, this was before we had desktops, before the internet. Okay, fax machines weren't even around yet. That's how old I am. Okay. When I got out of school with an accounting degree, it was hard to get an accounting job. It was hard because there was so many people with accounting degrees. It's not like that anymore. It's not like that anymore. I'm going to tell you what it's like. But what happened was, number one, computers, the desktop computer. So that opened the door for people that gave all those people that were going for accounting, it gave them another opportunity, a tremendous, exciting opportunity. So it took away from how many people were going for accounting. Then Apple started, and it became even more exciting. Now you could start creating, beautiful stuff on a computer. So again, now they have more options. And then the internet started. And all during that time, because that was over about 2 decades, about 20 years, what was happening in the accounting world was accountants never changed. So accountants are some of the worst business people that I ever met in my life, believe it or not. And it's kind of strange because the accountants are the people that business owners go to for advice. It's okay. I'm an entrepreneur. Okay. I study business. Most accountants study financial reports and they don't really know too much about business. So why does that matter? Because when I started in accounting, I started making $1,000 a month. It wasn't even enough to pay rent. That's how small a salary it was. I had to share a house with 4 of my college buddies. Okay. So it wasn't easy to get a job. And then once I got a job, it didn't really pay that much. So 2 decades later, it was still the same. It was getting easier to get a job because there weren't as many accountants. But the problem was the accounting firms were still starting people at ridiculously low salaries. And also, what happened was the brilliant people that run the accounting industry decided that you don't need 4 years, you needed 5 years of college. So if you're a high school kid saying, what do I want to do with my career? Why are you going to go to school for accounting? It's you're going to graduate with low pay. You got to spend another year in school. And then you have something called tax season, where you're going to have to work 7 days a week, not see your friends, not see your family. It's not an attractive industry. So fast forward to today, there is a serious problem with the accounting industry there, and we're going to go through the numbers. Okay. The other things that happened was COVID. Believe it or not, COVID helped all of us. Why? Because it made it routine to start hiring people remotely. In the United States, they have what they call the Great Resignation. 4 million people didn't go back to their jobs. Why? Because they found that, you know what, they liked working from home. So before, I think it was only like 3% of the world worked remotely. Now, I don't know what the percentage is now, but it's off the charts. I wish that I had stock in Zoom before COVID because the stock is, yeah. So everybody's on Zoom and other, online platforms. Now it's normal to do business this way. It's normal to hire an accountant that you've never actually met. Okay. So all of these forces, all of these different storms, let's say, have converged. They've converged. And not only that, the accounting industry woke up and they said, you know what? We can't hire people. We got a serious problem. We can't hire people to service the existing clients. And I'm going to show you some numbers because the amount of businesses aren't going down, they're going up. That means that we need more accountants. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a worldwide program, but I don't know about the rest of the world. I know about the US market. So what they've done is they said, oh, we're going to make it easier to graduate. A lot of states said we're going to go back to the 4-year plan. They've made a lot, because this is all done at the state level, not at the federal level. A lot of the states made it easier for people that are not US citizens, don't have a social security card. They lowered the requirements for people to become CPAs. Another thing that they did. So allowing foreigners to become CPAs isn't new. I didn't know that. But putting the test centers in the Philippines is new. That's brand new. And when Marianne told me that, I pushed it aside. I said, oh yeah, I'm not realizing what that meant. And Marianne posted it on LinkedIn. And Marianne, what did you say? You had like 24,000 impressions?
Yeah, I think so. 25 to 26, maybe.
And I know that your followers went up by like 12,000, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that told me, oh my God, this is serious. And what they've done is they didn't put one test center in the Philippines. They put two in Manila and one in Cebu. So this is happening now. This is happening now. So let's talk about the actual opportunity for all of you, because that's what we have here. Now, I talked about I can't stress it enough how serious this is. There are big public companies, public companies have to do quarterly reports. There's companies that actually couldn't file their reports because they don't have enough accountants. So it's not just, small businesses that need even big businesses need accountants. Big businesses need CPAs. I only talk about the small businesses because that's what I know. That's what I know about. And how many are there in the US? There's over 33 million. When I started Bedrock about 4 years ago, there were about 30 million. So in 4 years, it's increased by 10%. 27 million of them are sole proprietors. That means they have no legal formation. And usually it's because they don't have an accountant. Most of them are doing their own taxes. Big mistake, because the other thing that's happening is the IRS is closing the loop. Okay. They've been given, because of what happened with COVID, the US government gave them like $100 billion, and they said, you need to fix the system because we're losing about $300 billion in uncollected taxes. Think about that. That's another part of the equation. So the government now is going to and who do they go after? They go after the sole proprietors. And the reason is because they don't have an accountant. They don't know how to keep books. They make mistakes on their tax returns. And there's another 5 million with only 1 to 5 employees. So if you look at the numbers, more than 90% of the businesses have less than 5 employees. There's only about 1 million businesses that have more than 5 employees. This is the market that I'm talking about. Other countries, because I know a lot of you take Australian bookkeeping, Canadian taxes, Australian taxes. Well, look at the numbers. In Australia, there's 2.8 million businesses. In Canada, there's only 1.5 million. If you add that up, it's not even 15% of the amount of businesses in the US. So where do you want to spend your time? You want to spend your time learning Canada taxes? Not that there's anything wrong with that. Canada needs accountants too, but I'm just looking at what's the pool. How many fish are there out there? I want to go fishing in a part of the ocean where there's an abundance of fish. It's easier to catch fish when there's a lot more of them. Does that make sense to everyone? In the United States, there's only 125,000 firms that prepare taxes. Do the math. 33 million divided by 125,000. If all of those businesses had a tax firm, how many clients would that be? A typical sole practitioner like what I was, if you have 40 clients, you're doing pretty well. 40 clients is more than enough to earn a very good living. In 2020, there was 1.5 million registered tax preparers. Not everybody can do a tax return. You have to be registered with the IRS. So you might say, well, I thought you said there were 125,000 firms. If there's 1.5 million tax preparers, how does that? Because a lot of qualified tax preparers work for those firms. They're not out there getting their own clients. The firms are getting the clients. And if you have a firm, you have more overhead. That means that you have to rent a building or you have to rent an office. You got to pay payroll taxes. You need. So what does that mean? If it costs them more to do business, the cost, their fees are going to go up. They got to cover their cost. And it costs a lot of money to do business in the United States. Just to hire people costs a lot of money. I spoke to a new client today, and I said, he's like the poster child for what's going on. He's got one employee, it's him and one employee, and his accountant is charging him $600 a month. I mean, he's a digital marketing company. The accounting doesn't get much simpler. $600 a month, and hear this. She's not available. Because I asked him, I said, it sounds like everything's up to date. You're on top of your taxes. What do you need me for? And he said, because she's not always available. Think about that. She's charging him $600 a month and she's not available. I think that that's ridiculous. So in 2020, there were 1.5 million tax preparers, and in 2024, there's 1.2 million, which means we lost 300,000 tax preparers. Why? Because there's not enough new tax preparers, and there's people that leave the tax profession. Either they go and get like a regular job with a company, or they retire. And guess what? 75% of present tax preparers are out or at or near retirement age. I'm 64. I'm supposed to be talking about retirement. That's never going to happen. If I was only doing accounting, yeah, I probably would have wanted to retire, because it's not an easy business. It's not. The way I've structured my business is different than most accounting firms in the US. in the US. Now, I've already talked about that there's been a steady decrease in the enrollment. And I laugh because, their solutions is try to entice high school students to go to school for accounting. Even if that works, think about it. Even if it works, if today high school kids started registering for an accounting degree, it's going to take them 10 years, a decade, before they're going to be able to actually do tax returns on their own. Now, my team members, that they amaze me because they all learned in one tax season. I mean, Catherine, Luz, Rona, Mariko, they went through my course. The only one that didn't go through my course was Luz because I didn't have a course then. She had to learn the hard way. Okay. So you have actually an unfair advantage over even if a high school kid wants to go to school for accounting, you all have a very big advantage. And what is that? It doesn't cost you as much to live in the Philippines as it does in the United States. So those US people, when they get a job, they got to ask for a lot more money. They got to ask for a lot more money. Okay, so all of this is creating this opportunity. And according to the US Chamber of Commerce, the growth in new businesses, I think they said about 3%. So if we're at 33 million now, that means there's going to be another 900,000, close to another million businesses by the end of 2025. That's a lot of business. That's a lot of people going into business that most of them can't afford an accountant at the rates that the US accountants are charging. And that's why I say the time is now. We have this bedrock song. I don't know any other accounting or bookkeeping firms that actually have their own song. But I had a friend that was a singer-songwriter, and I said to her one time, just joking, "Oh, you should write a song for bedrock." And long story short, she actually wrote it and sent it. I mean, she did it. She rented a studio, musicians, and I know Erin's husband likes to sing it, right? But part of the song, she says, "Why wait until tomorrow? Why wait until tomorrow?" One of the biggest mistakes that people make is they procrastinate. Oh, I could do it later. Yeah, you could do it later, but 5 years from now, it might not be the same opportunity. It might not be the same opportunity because it's not just Philippine people, it's people all over the world that are looking at this. I have a student in the 13-week course from India, and she became a US CPA. Okay. I heard a long time ago, when opportunity knocks, you got to open the door. You got to open the door. So who's going to qualify? Because not everybody qualifies. You need to have an accounting degree. Some people, a lot of you already have an accounting degree. Chances are you're going to qualify. I mean, there's no guarantee. You got to go through some steps. But even if you didn't take all the right courses, all you would have to do is take whatever courses that they say you need to fill in the gap. But I have a very good feeling that if you have an accounting degree from any university, it's gonna qualify. Now, if you don't have an accounting degree, you should go out and get one. You should go out and get one because it'll be worth it. It'll be worth the time, the money, and the effort. And I already said anyone with an accounting degree can qualify. Where and how do I take the test? So I said there's 2 test centers. I haven't visited any of them. I plan on it. I know there used to be a test center for the enrolled agent exam. Okay, and that's why, we put together, my team and I put together a comprehensive course on passing one of the parts, passing actually the hardest part, the part about personal income taxes. And part of the problem was they had taken the test center out of Manila. They stopped giving the test in about, I think, 2016. And we actually went to the test center and we're trying to get them to bring it back. And we're still working on that. I mean, I could see it eventually coming back because it's in the IRS's best interest to have more tax preparers. And you don't need an accounting degree to become you don't need any degree actually to become a registered tax preparer. So I predict that the enrolled agent exam is going to come back. If they put the CPA exam here, I'm pretty certain I would put money on it that they're going to bring the enrolled agent exam back. Now, how do you register? What I'd like to do is invite you to our 3-day course where we're going to go through every single nuance, where you register, how you register, what you need to register, where to study for the exam, how to study for the exam. Okay. Now, what can you gain? If I haven't convinced you by now, maybe you want freedom. That's what I wanted. When I learned about, I told you I felt like I had a ball and chain attached to me. When I found out about remote accounting, it was over. I said, that's what I'm doing. And I started doing remote accounting. I taught my mother, and the rest is history. You could build your own accounting agency. When you have a CPA license, it means something because it's not easy to get a CPA license. The funny thing is, all this time that I've been a CPA, I've only had one person ask to see my CPA license. And I just thought that's funny. So I could have been telling everybody I'm a CPA all these years. But I am a CPA. You can go in the New York State Education Department, and I'm up there, never had a complaint against me. My license is in good standing, and I plan on keeping it that way. You will definitely increase your earning potential, without a doubt. Even if you just say, I'm studying to take the CPA exam. When we were doing the enrolled agent course, Marianne put on her LinkedIn profile, enrolled agent trainee. Marianne, did you get any traction from that?
Yes, we helped one US citizen finally after 10 years release his passport last August because of the help of enroll agent.
Yeah. So, you know, if you're looking to get a gig with an accounting firm and they see that you're studying to be a CPA, your stock just went up tremendously. But if that doesn't shock you, maybe this will. The starting salary for a full-time CPA in the United States is $60,000. How much is that is lose here? I know some of my accounting people. Can you do the exchange rate and tell me how much that is in pesos? I know it's 50.
Coach Chan is so fast, 3.4 M.
Yeah, it's a lot. And that's the starting salary. That's the starting salary. So that's the presentation. I'll stay. I know I have another class starting in 2 minutes. Eileen, can you open the class? It's not the same link, right?
Yeah, different
Yeah.
link.
Can you just open the class and entertain them and tell them that I'm
I
tied up
cannot
right
open I cannot open Joe because it's the same Zoom we're using.
now? Oh, okay. Okay. So
Joe,
will they start entering this room?
no, we need to accept them. Joe,
Ah,
Jomel has a question. Is the US CPA license coverage per state or the whole country?
no. So CPA license is regulated by the state, and all the states have different requirements. There's some states that are a lot easier to become certified, like Colorado. I know I had a friend that he was an accounting graduate, and he couldn't, you had to have two, and this was another thing that changed. You had to have 2 years of auditing experience with the CPA firm. Okay. He couldn't, he got a job with a CPA firm and he got let go. He got fired. He got a job with the union, so he didn't have the CPA experience. Colorado didn't require 2 years of experience, so he actually became a CPA in another state. Now, when you become a CPA, that gives you the ability to talk to the IRS on behalf of your clients. Now, the IRS is federal, but they recognize a CPA license. So actually, the CPA license, what that entitles me to do is audited and reviewed financial statements in New York State. I don't do that kind of work. I don't do audits. But that, in reality, that's what the CPA license is for. Does that answer your question? Any other questions? So somebody put in the chat, how much is the course? So I wanted to make it like really affordable for people. Normally we would charge, 97, 77 for this kind of topic, because it's going to be 3 live classes. You're going to get all kinds of materials. Uh, and that's what we're offering it for. Janine, do you have I think you have a link for people to register. And I
Yes,
just
I
saw,
send it in the chat, Joe.
okay, so Janine has put it in here. So I see, yes, so here, can we take the board exam even if not yes, you don't have to be a US citizen. No residency, you never even have to go to the United States. Okay, that's why they've made it easier. They've made it a lot easier. Now, do you have any estimate of the time and cost okay. So we're gonna cover that in the course. Okay, because the truth is it depends. It depends on how you want to study, where you want to study. Do you want to take a course? So I'll tell you the truth. I signed up for a course and I went to like three classes. I just took the material because at the time they didn't have like Zoom. They didn't even have the internet. So I had to, go from my job and take a train to another part of New York City and sit in a classroom for 3 hours. And I learn better. I don't learn well in a classroom. So I just took the material and learned it on my own. Are there any other questions? If anybody wants to talk to me about this, you can just go to Time with Joe, and I'd be more than happy to chat with you, because in the end, I really just want people to succeed. And I know Marianne and I have the same mission, and that's to disrupt the US accounting industry. And my feeling is between our courses and this, I want to create an army of Philippine accountants, and we're going to take over the US. We're going to go in at night. It's going to be a secret mission. They're not even going to know what hit them. Okay, so is the CPA, okay, I think I answered that. Question, what is the best state? Okay, so again, Colorado is one of the easiest, but there's a lot of states that are also easy, and that a lot of them are making it easier. They're making it easier because of all the things that I've said. Okay, somebody said nothing happens when you click add to cart. Add to cart. Yeah, I think he's right, Janine. So we'll have to fix that. We're gonna send an email out to everybody. And okay, so here's another question. Do we need to undergo years of study? It depends on how you study, how quickly do you learn. So there's 4 parts to the exam. I passed 3 of them the first time for the simple reason that I didn't want to have to take them twice. I didn't want to have to take them twice. The last one was my least favorite subject. It was about auditing. And I didn't spend the amount of time that I did on the other 3 parts. But otherwise, I passed it basically as fast as you could pass it. Can you easily find a job? If you follow what I suggest, you will find a job. But to be honest with you, that takes more than just applying to a job. And you could ask Luz, Marianne. You got to have the right LinkedIn profile. You have to have the right you got to put all the ducks in a row. And again, that we're going to cover all of that in the class, in the course. We're gonna go, yeah, so somebody gave me a direct question. Does the course include a review of the accounting course? Yeah, we're gonna do a deep dive into what exactly is on the course. You know, the kinds of questions, how you, because there is a science to taking these kinds of tests. Okay, multiple choice test. I don't know. So somebody asked, is it given 2 times a year? I'm not sure how many times they give it, but probably they do it multiple times. It, you know, for the testing center, it's a business. It's a business. They make a lot of money by doing the test. So when they did the enrolled agent exam, they, so you could take the enrolled agent exam in another country, and when I looked up, you know, the schedule, they have them nonstop. They're always going. You don't need, so somebody put, I'm an accounting graduate. Can I take the exam even if I have no experience? Yes. You don't need experience. And like I said, it depends on the state as far as how much experience you need. And we're going to go through all the different state requirements. Is there a maximum retakes? I believe, you know, when you pass one part, when I took it, you had 2 years to pass the rest of them. And you could just keep taking it. I know my friend's father, it took him 15 years. 15 years to pass all 4 parts. Okay, Eloisa asked, is it gonna help you get a green card? I don't know. I don't know, but it can't hurt. But here's the thing. I know when you to get a green card, you need to have a job. You can't just go to the United States and start looking for a job. So I have a client that lived in South Africa, and he had a position with X, formerly known as Twitter. They hired him and he got a green card. So yeah, it probably will make it easier. Is being a US CPA enough to be a tax preparer? You could, so obviously, you know, one of the mistakes business owners make is they say, oh, he's a CPA, he can do taxes. That's not always true. There are CPAs that don't do taxes, they just do auditing. But you don't have to be a CPA to be a tax preparer. Like I said before, you don't even need a college degree to become a qualified tax preparer. To be registered as a tax preparer, you can't be a criminal. They don't want criminals. And you can't owe the government taxes. You can't owe the US government taxes. If you're required to file tax returns in the US, you have to have all your returns filed. They call it a suitability test. But otherwise, anybody can be a tax preparer. Okay. But if you're a CPA, like I said, that qualifies you to work with the IRS. And that's a big deal. Okay. How many subjects? So there's 4 parts. There's 4 parts. I think one of them, and again, we're going to cover this in the course. As far as, you know, the subject matter, I know there's auditing, there's practice, in other words, like ethics and stuff like that. And then there's the practical, you know, accounting questions like what is the accrual method and stuff like that. Bell, do you have a course to be a tax agent? So we have courses, yeah, and Eileen put learn US taxes. We have 2 courses that are going to teach you how to do US tax returns. Okay, you don't, once, if you know how to do US tax returns, all you got to do is get two things. You need to get a P10, which is what I just explained, and an electronic filing identification number. Now, that's another thing that they changed, because it used to be you needed a social security number to get an EFIN. You don't need that anymore. You can get what they call a foreign EFIN. What state most need tax agents? So let's call it tax preparers and a US CPA. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, but you know, if you get a CPA, let's say you get your CPA license in Colorado, and you want to work for a CPA firm in New York, that's fine. That's fine. The only thing you can't do is you can't issue a certified financial report. But if you're working for a firm, you're not signing off on the thing. If you, so Dorena, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure you need accounting courses. You may, and this is another thing that we're going to cover. If you probably have a bunch of accounting courses, if I'm not mistaken, but to get a degree in financial management, you must have had to take some accounting courses. So I'm going to take you through the process to find out what qualifies and what doesn't. Was it? No, I'm not doing there's a bunch of review courses out there, and I don't know enough about the content, like auditing. I just don't do that. I was able to do the enrolled agent course because I know taxes, but I'm not going to be doing the course to prepare for the exam. I'm going to explain to you, I'm going to show you ways to pass the exam. Okay, and Rose, there's no age limit. There's no age limit. You could be 100 years old and you'll probably be on the news. Okay, Belle, so you're asking questions that don't have to do with this. What I could tell you is contact Eileen. Eileen is our course guru. And you could just go to learn US taxes, and you should get all the information there. All right, I think we got, thank you everyone for sticking around. Thank you for all the questions. But I think we really got to close the classroom now so I could do my 13-week course. Like I said, if you're welcome, everyone. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. You could, you know, so here's another thing. If you're not in the Jumpstart community, join the Jumpstart community. It's free. We're on Facebook, and we're going to be talking a lot about this subject and all of our courses. So that's the easiest way to find out, just because anybody that posts in the community, I'm going to respond. I'm in there, you know, several times a day. So that's probably the easiest way. And that's productive, because if you have a question, probably a lot of people have the same question. So it's easy to like get the information out there. Okay, Eileen wants to take a picture. So, thank you, Eileen. And I'm going to turn off the share. Wow, we still have over 90 people here. That's amazing.
Yes, please open up your camera. Wear your big smile. Everybody. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody. I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to close the meeting so I can do my other course. And probably
Thank you,
some of you
Joe.
are in that course. So I'll see you.
God bless
Thank you,
everyone.
Bedrock team.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.